Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Anne-Marie Bortz with the Kais Company, and if you're thinking about buying or selling a home in Ocala right now, you're going to want to stick around for this one. January's market data just came in, and I've got some insights that could literally save you or make you thousands of dollars, depending on which side of the transaction that you're on. We're going to cover what's happening with inventory, why certain price ranges are sitting longer than others, and what a recent Golden Ocala sale can teach us about the power of strategic pricing. So let's dive into your February 2026 Ocala real estate market update. All right, so let's start with the big picture. January delivered some really encouraging signals for our market. First, 352 new single-family homes came onto the market. That's a healthy influx of inventory, giving buyers real choices across different neighborhoods and price points. The median home price came in at $359,000. That's up just $10,000 from last January. This 2.9% year-over-year growth tells us that the market is appreciating, but it's doing so in a really sustainable and healthy way. We're not overheating here, but now here's what really excites me. 289 homes went pending in January. That's a strong indicator that buyers are active and engaged despite it being typically a slow month. For perspective, our neighbors over in Dunellen only had 39 pending sales in the same period. This shows Ocala's continued strength and desirability. And finally, mortgage rates. They're sitting between 6.5% and 6.75%. These are the lowest rates that we've seen in 3 years, folks. So if you've been waiting on the sidelines for rates to improve, this is your window. So right off the bat, we're going to be looking at a balanced market with opportunities on both sides of the transaction. So let's do a quick inventory analysis and talk about where these homes are coming from. Marion Oaks is absolutely still leading the pack right now with the highest inventory levels in the Ocala area. So what does this mean for you? If you're a buyer, you've got more choices, multiple properties to compare, different floor plans to consider, and because sellers are competing for your attention, you've got some real negotiating power. Marion Oaks offers diverse price ranges, it's family friendly, and honestly, it's an excellent value proposition compared to some of the newer developments. So now about these prices. That $359,000 median that I mentioned, that's actually really good news for everyone. For buyers, you can purchase with confidence knowing that you're not buying at an unsustainable peak. This is steady and predictable growth. But for sellers, you're going to benefit from this stability because it allows for accurate valuations and realistic expectations. You're not chasing a moving target. This gradual appreciation protects equity while maintaining affordability. So it's the Goldilocks scenario. It's not too hot and it's not too cold. Okay, let's address something that might look concerning at first glance. January saw 142 closed sales. That was down 33% from December's 213 closings. But here's the thing. This is completely normal. Every single January, we see the same pattern. People rush to close before the end of the year, and then January, it's naturally quieter. The real story is in the 289 pending sales that I mentioned earlier. That is your pipeline. Those are contracts that are going to close in February and March, and they're setting us up for an active spring. Now, this is where it really gets interesting, and this information is critical whether you're buying or selling. Homes are moving at very different speeds depending on the price. If you're under $250,000, then the home is moving fast. There's a lot of demand in that price point, and you have limited inventory. From $250,000 to $350,000, this is a sweet spot. You got moderate pace and a balanced market. From $350,000 to $500,000, this is your challenge zone. This range is taking the longest to sell right now. $500,000 and up, it's variable. It depends on the location and the features. So for sellers, if your home is in that $350,000 to $500,000 range, strategic pricing from day one is essential. For buyers, that same range is where you've got the most negotiating power right now. Sellers in this segment are more likely to be flexible on price and terms. Let's talk about why these mortgage rates matter so much. At 6.5 to 6.75%, we're at a 3-year low. But here's what's really telling. When rates ticked up just slightly, mortgage applications dropped 8.2%. That shows you how sensitive buyers are to even small rate changes. And that's with good reason. Because the difference between a 6.5 and a 7% interest rate on a $359,000 home is about $110 per month. That's over $1,300 a year and almost $40,000 over the life of a 30-year loan. So if you're a buyer working with a knowledgeable lender who can time the rate lock strategically, can save you thousands of dollars. Don't sleep on this opportunity while rates are still favorable. Now, let's look at the luxury segment because there's an interesting shift happening here. We had 12 new luxury listings, single-family homes that is, come to the market in January, and that's up from just 9 in December. But sales, we only had 4 luxury homes closed compared to 9 the previous month. What this tells us is that luxury buyers now have more options, more negotiating powers, and they're taking the time to find the right property at the right price. Golden Ocala is one of the most prestigious communities in the area, and I want to share a case study that perfectly illustrates what's happening in the luxury market right now. We currently have 8 homes listed in Golden Ocala, ranging from the mid-$600,000 range to just under $4 million. Days on market are ranging from just 7 days to 396 days. But here's the story I want you to hear. A 4-bedroom home just over 2,200 square feet was originally listed at $749,000. It sat for 156 days with minimal interest. So the seller then made a strategic decision and reduced the price from $699,000 to $50,000 adjustment. And guess what? That property went under contract in 24 days. Let that sink in. Total time on market was 180 days, but that last month moved quickly once the pricing aligned with what buyers are willing to pay. So even luxury buyers are value conscious. That strategic $74,000 reduction transformed a stagnant listing into an attractive opportunity. This proves that the right pricing beats stubborn waiting every single time. All right. Buyers, if you're in the market to buy, here is what you need to know. 1, you've got choices. 352 new listings means real selection. Marion Oaks in particular is loaded with options right now. 2, your financing is favorable. These near 3-year low rates will not last forever, so get pre-approved now and lock in those terms before they potentially increase. 3, the $350,000 to $500K range is your sweet spot for negotiations. Properties are sitting longer here, which means sellers are more motivated. This is where you can negotiate price, ask for closing costs, and maybe even get that home warranty included. And 4, luxury opportunities exist. If you're shopping in the high-end market, you've got more leverage than buyers have had in years. Sellers are demonstrating real flexibility. So here's what you should do right now. First, make sure to get pre-approved immediately while these rates are still low. Secondly, focus your search on that $350,000 to $500,000 range if you want maximum negotiating power. Third, be ready to move fast on a well-priced home. Not everything sits long. Quality properties are still attracting multiple offers. 4, work with your agent on a strong negotiating strategy that leverages those current conditions. Now, if you're thinking about selling, listen up. Because the difference between a quick sale and a property that sits comes down to strategy. Price strategically from day one. Remember that $350,000 to $500K range that we talked about? That's where the homes are sitting the longest. So if you overprice in this segment, you're virtually guaranteeing extended market time. First impressions matter tremendously. Pricing right from the start generates more showings, stronger offers, and faster sales than starting high and reducing later. And if you're under $350,000, you're in the driver's seat right now in Ocala. Properties priced below $350,000, they are moving significantly faster, often getting multiple offers. Price it competitively and you could be under contract quickly. But prepare for competition. With 352 new listings, buyers have choices. Your home's condition, its presentation, and staging have to compete effectively. Professional photography isn't optional anymore. It is essential. Remember that golden Ocala case we talked about? That one sat for 156 days, then it went under contract in 24 days after the price reduction. Now, market feedback is valuable data. Don't let pride prevent necessary price adjustments. So sellers, here's your action plan. Price competitively based on your recent comparable sales for your neighborhood, not what you need to net or what your neighbor's cousin told you. Invest in presentation of your property, professional staging, high quality photos, 360 tours, necessary repairs, do all those things. Be flexible with your showings. Every delayed showing is a potential lost buyer. Monitor your feedback from your showings weekly. If people aren't making offers, there's a reason. Listen to it and adjust when necessary. If the market is telling you something, respond. So here are our current market trends to watch. Looking at the positive signals, there's strong pending sales, favorable rates, healthy inventory, and stable pricing. These are all green lights. What we're watching carefully are the seasonal closing patterns, those mid-range challenges in the 350 to 500K range, rate sensitivity, and the luxury market pace. So here's what I'm expecting over the next 60 to 90 days. In February, these 289 pending sales start converting to closings, and we'll see transaction volumes increase. In March, spring buying season momentum builds, more showings, more buyer activity, and faster movement on well-priced inventory. In April, we'll have peak spring market arriving, higher closing sale volumes, increased competition for desirable properties, and likely more modest price appreciation. The fundamentals are solid. We have a healthy market with opportunities for both buyers and sellers who approach it strategically. Again, Marion Oaks is your neighborhood focus if you're looking for someplace where buyers have serious opportunities right now. As mentioned earlier, it is carrying the area's highest amount of inventory, so you have genuine choices, and there are multiple properties that you can compare, and sellers have to compete for buyers' attention. Okay, so you've got the data. You understand what's happening in the Ocala market, but data without action doesn't get you anywhere. If you're a buyer, schedule a buyer consultation with me. Let's talk about your goals, your timeline, and your priorities. Get pre-approved right now while rates are favorable. Start viewing properties so you understand real market value. Work with me to develop a negotiating strategy that gets you the best deal. And if you're a seller, request a free home valuation. I'll show you what buyers will actually pay for your home today, not 6 months ago, and not what Zillow says, but what the current market will actually support. Let's discuss your pricing strategy based on your specific property and goals. We'll plan your home preparation, what repairs matter, and what improvements will give you your return on investment. I'll walk you through my marketing approach and how I'm going to get your home in front of qualified buyers. Look, the current market offers genuine opportunities, but you need to be strategic. Whether you're ready to move now or you're planning for later this year, having the right information and the right team makes all the difference. So the point of all these videos and market updates is I actually want to hear from you. Drop your questions in the comments below, like what's my home actually worth in today's market? How can I compete effectively in my price range? Whatever your question is, just ask it. I read the comments and I will respond to you personally. And hey, what topics do you want covered in next month's market update? Are there specific neighborhoods or price ranges you want me to analyze in more detail? Just let me know. And if you found this video helpful, do me a favor, share it with your friends or family who are thinking about buying or selling in Ocala. The more informed our community is, the better decisions for everyone. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Your time is valuable, and I appreciate you choosing to spend it learning about Ocala's real estate market. Make sure that you're subscribed to this channel so that you get notified when my next month's market update drops. I do this every single month, giving you the current data, insights, and strategic guidance that you need to navigate Ocala's real estate market with confidence. Next update drops the first week of March, and I will give you all of February's closing data and the spring market insights. And if you need to reach me, my number and everything is on the screen, including my website and email. And you can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. All the links are in the description. I've been a licensed real estate professional for 25 years, and I live locally. I serve Ocala and other cities in Marion County. So whether you have immediate needs or you're planning for the future, I'm here to help you make the best possible decision for your situation. Every successful real estate transaction starts with understanding the market and taking strategic action. You now have the insights, and the next step is yours. So I will see you next month with March's market update. Until then, check out some of my other videos from different cities like Denellen, Citrus County, and happy house hunting or happy selling.